I know y'all are looking at me like, what in all the hells is wrong with this girl? Why she can't come and do these videos? Depression. It's very simple. It's very easy to explain. It's depression. It keeps me in my bed when I'm not doing something that absolutely must be done, which is absolutely nothing ever. Like, I'm working on, I told you guys I'm writing a show. I'm now writing 2 shows. So, if it ain't that, I have literally been in the bed. Like, I get up, I give me a snack, maybe a chip, maybe a dip, maybe a chip and a dip if it's, you know, one of those zesty days. But other than that, daughters, I've been in the bed. Like, I do a little piece, a little something, you know, enough to... Why is she just in the middle of the street, girl? What is... Anyway, I do, you know, enough to make enough money to buy my snacks, and then I get back in the bed. So, please excuse me, and excuse the darkness. I'm recording on the YouTube camera feature, which means that the camera is darker. And I don't understand, because you're recording through the same camera that I use when I record on my phone, so why? But whatever. Anyway, American Horror Story, the last 2 episodes. Let's discuss. They were good. I enjoyed them. Just the way it brought back nearly everything was almost overwhelming unto me. You know, it was just so much going on at once that, you know, I enjoyed it, but it was a lot. I'm gonna get on out here. She taking her time. It was a lot. So let's go back 2 episodes and talk about Madison and Pray Tell, or Behold is his name, Behold Chobly. They buy the murder house, basically. And after they send the money into the murder house is when the real estate agent is like, well, I must tell you. And it's like, I feel like that's illegal. I know by law you have to tell, hold on, let me let up this window, it's on my nerves. By law you have to tell your, whoever, you know, your people who are buying the house from you. I don't know what realtors call people that buy the houses, clients, customers. You have to tell them, you know, if somebody has died in the house or whatever. But I feel like you have to tell them that before they buy the house. This man, after the money was sent and everything was cleared and everything was good, he was like, well, by law, I have to tell you that, you know, the girls died. A bunch of the girls, 36 girls have died here in this home as recent as last Tuesday. Like, it just, why you wait? Why would you wait until after? It got on my nerves. That got on my nerves. What else also got on my nerves is Billy Porter playing heterosexual. I mean, I guess to sell the illusion, the story, but that house is a murder house, girl. Don't nobody want to live in a murder house unless they're strange. So he would have sold the house either way, whether y'all was, you know, married, because they were pretending to be a married couple, and it was like this older man, this older black gay man, and this younger white we don't know woman. Because I mean, with women, actually with everybody it's difficult to tell, but with women sometimes it's a little more difficult to tell. Anyway, anyway, they bought the house. Now they up in there, and they do a spell, honey, and it's a spell to let them see the spirits in the house. And so now they can walk around and see folks, but the folks don't know they can be seen until Madison speaks up. She talks to Tate and is like, you know, you kind of cute or something she said that was very Madison-esque. And they was looking like, excuse me, I'm invisible. Do you mind? They were really like shook. And Madison and Behold were like, well, listen, that's not the way this works. We're witches. We can see you even if you don't feel like being seen today. That's really more your problem than our problem, because we can see you. How you doing? behold Chablis. Like, that's really how it was. And basically they have conversations with the ghosts. Let me see if I'm missing anything before I get to where I get to. Violet still ain't talking to Tate. He's, deeply saddened. Billy Dean Howard, I forgot to mention, Billy Dean Howard comes into the house and, now why are you putting on your brakes? Girl, it is. Okay, let me just pause for a moment to do this little rant. First of all, traffic is terrible. I hate driving. It's the worst. Second of all, it's hot. It is hot. Girl, it's been 80 degrees the last 2 days. Like, we got on down to the 40s and 50s during fair time, usually around this time of year for my state. When the fair comes, it gets cold and it stays cold. This season, it was only cold for the fair. As soon as the fair left, the hot weather came back. Like, girl, nobody told you to come back. Nobody, actually, I didn't tell you to come. I know last winter it was just so cold and everybody was just so freezing, and it stayed cold for so long. It was cold all the way up in April and everybody was just begging and begging for it to get hot. I wasn't, and I kept telling them niggas, if y'all keep asking God to make it hot, he gonna make it hot longer. We going into November and it's 80 freaking degrees. Y'all need to stop praying and asking the Lord to make it hot. He'll do whatever he want to do, but you niggas. So now we on the last like 3-4 days of October and it's 80 gosh darn degrees. I've had it. And not only that, they've taken to at the house not having the air circulating. They turn the air off at night. So we've gone from having it all summer. The house was on 80 degrees. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this rant, but I don't care. I'm hot. All summer the house was on 80 degrees, but every now and then we would get a cool wind because the air was on. Now they've turned off the air, so we get nothing all night. I had to sleep with the fullest of nudity because, girl, wasn't no air circulating. And I have 3 fans going in my room. It's not enough. It's not enough. Jesus. I'm over it. Now back to this. I'm sorry, y'all know I got to do at least one rant. At least one. So Billy Dean Howard is here, and she's letting the witches know, little details about the folk. And then they meet up with Constance Langdon. And I'm just very confused because, like, they dead, but they still utilize him. Oh, so you just gonna get right in front of me, you bald-headed heifer. I hate it. I hate driving. I hate driving with niggas who feel like they can just do whatever on the roads. You can't. Why are you pulled so far back? That ain't it. I hate, you're driving too slow. So now I got to get over again. I've changed lanes 4 times in the last 1 minute because you niggas, I swear, if I could just, I gotta get rich so I can hire somebody to drive me because this ain't it. This is not it. Anyway, Constance, it confused me because they dead, but she could still smoke and drink. Like, that sounds like a waste. I mean, smoking and drinking in accession is a waste of money on the earthly plane. But once you've passed on, why would you continue to waste your money smoking and drinking? I don't. Maybe because it don't matter if she wastes, because she wasting Billy Dean's money. Billy Dean the one running out there and getting them cigarettes and drink. Girl. Anyway, Moira was there, honey, and Constance wants Moira gone. If they can get Moira up out the location, then Constance will tell Behold Chablis and Madison Montgomery about Langdon, Michael. And so, long story short, girl, they go dig up Moira's bones, take them to her mama's house. Her mama's house being the grave. And they bury her in there with her mama, and then they holding hands and they walk off into the sunset together, and that's just the end of Moira. And so they come back, and Constance tells about Langdon. She really didn't tell us nothing that was of surprise. She didn't tell us anything that would have made me be like, oh wow, I had no idea. She said he was a baby. When he was a little baby, he used to catch and dismember flies. Then he started catching and dismembering rodents. And I'm like, why you ain't called an exterminator? Like, we could have nipped this right on in the bud. All right, we finna call an exterminator. I'm gonna take this baby over to a hotel for a couple days. You gone on and put the tent up over my house and gas this mother. I don't want to see fly. I don't want to see rat. I don't want to see spider. Kill them all. And then bring the baby back. He wouldn't have had nothing to kill. But whatever. As the boy got older, he took to killing bigger animals. And Constance was like, well, girl, I think he just probably gonna be a serial killer. That's all right. I still love him. That's still mama's baby, grandmama's baby. Serial killer and all. And I was like, that's that white foolishness, because listen, if my grandmama thought in any possible way I could serially kill or individually kill, my grandmama would have killed me. And that's just that on that. I don't know. And that's, it's something about the way white people nurture their children that makes them believe that they can literally be anything, including serial killers. Something about it. Because that's not something you see every day in the nigga community. But moving along. So he then took to killing the animals, and she like, oh, well, he gonna just be a garden variety, serial killer. That's fine. Grandmama still loves you. You still my boo. And then he went and killed the babysitter. And she was like, now wait a minute, because he's only 3. This ain't quite it. This, we are advancing too fast. Okay, you shouldn't be killing anybody until you're at least, 20. 20, I believe, is the standard for most serial killers. They're in their 20s if they're not 20. So you're 3, and you're doing too much. You're going too fast. You're giving me far too much. And don't you come out here, sis. Thanks so much. You're doing the most. You shouldn't have. You're 3. So she shook. She done went down, called the priest. The priest show up. He killed the priest too. And now she like, Lord, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What? My precious 3-year-old baby done killed 2 people. So she took them on into the bed, honey, and, kissed them good night. All right, we love you. We're going to clean up this blood. We'll see you in the morning. She get up in the morning because he late getting up for school. And I'm like, he 3, first of all. What kind of school is he going to? Second of all, why are you not waking up a 3-year-old for school? Babies don't wake up on their own to go to school. Not to go to school. They might wake up on their own, but they think it's playtime. You got to remind children it's school time. It's time for school. But he was late getting up, Lord, and she done opened up the bedroom door, Jesus, and he groaned. He was grown. I said, that ain't it. That's not it. Like, I went to bed. I tucked the 3-year-old in the bed. I wake up and he 20. So I guess he was on schedule for his killings. Like, it just, child, no God. Big no. So at some point, child, grandmama was in the bed, sleeping peacefully, sleeping in heavenly peace. And she wake up, Langdon is choking her, talking about, you not the boss of me anymore. You don't tell me what to do anymore, or something. And she shook, as you would be. You be shook with things like this. And it scared her into killing herself, basically. So she goes and into the monster house and takes some sleeping pills, a bunch of them, and goes up yonder, but not to be with her Lord. She just go upstairs in the house, honey, because once you die in Monster House, you there. Which it was strange. That doesn't make sense to me, because if you can dig up somebody's bones in Monster House and take them to a different grave and their spirit just manifests there, wouldn't the people who died recently, who the coroners, maybe the spirits that live in the Monster House bury them in the yard? Because when you report somebody missing, like there were two people that were moving in that Langdon killed as they were moving in. He just murdered them all up. Like, wouldn't somebody report them missing at some point and they see that they just bought a house here and go into the house and see their dead bodies and take their bodies out of there, and then their spirits would end up somewhere else? I don't know, because it looked like Constance, her bones would have been carried on somewhere else and she would haunt wherever that is. But whatever. Let's see here. At some point, honey, Michael started hanging out at the Monster House after he found his grandmama in there dead. And Dylan McDermott, I can't remember his name on the show, took a liking to him and said, I can't help but think of you as my son, even though you're not. And so they started playing catch and chess and all the things. And he training him up in the way he should go, so when he old, he won't depart. Why are you out in the road like this, niece? Why is everybody pulling out in front of me? Answer me that. Go. What? The speed limit is not 20, sis. Jesus. Anyway, girl, you are on the last piece of my nerves. The last. YouTube it. Since the light is red, I'm gonna give you a little grace for being slow, driving slow. But the light just turned green, so you're gonna have to pick it up. What was I talking about? I don't know, girl. These girls getting on my nerves. They're getting on my nerves. Wait, let me look at my notes. Yeah, so he was training up the child in the way he should go, so when he old, he won't depart. Biblical. And while this is going on, honey, he going all through the house looking at everything. He goes into Tate's room and is looking at Tate's stuff, and I'm like, why does Tate have stuff? You're dead. You're deceased. There's no reason for you to be living with things. But anyway, Langdon looking through his stuff, and he plays the I just want to be like you, Dad. And Tate is like, who told you I'm your daddy? Somebody lied to you. I'm not. You ain't. You ain't none of mine. None of mine. You thought, but you ain't. That just ain't the truth. Somebody lied to you. And so the rejection sent Langdon into an evil, a time of evil. And so he's still in that time, obviously. Lit up this window because it's a fella over there. I don't want him to look all in here and see what's going on. Why's my phone ringing? No, girl. Okay, I told y'all he killed the lesbians, honey. Lesbians had bought the house, and they had just put the last of their boxes in the house, and then he killed them. I said, how rude, how disrespectful. How unnecessary. Couldn't haunt them for a little while first. Just instantly dead. Rude. Then I remember now, as far as the lesbians, he burnt them up. He killed them and incinerated them after they was dead. So he killed them twice. And that was rude. At least, if you're not going to give me the chance for you to hunt me and you're going to kill me instantly, give me the chance to hunt others. It was disrespectful. Anyway, Connie Britton, whom I stand for, we all know I love Connie Britton. Like, she's my girl. Live for her. Sis, you need to stay off the vodka. Our good auntie is leaning. One of them, desperate housewife type women. She's leaning, girl. She's leaning on the promises. What am I talking about? Girl, I'm distracted. Connie Britton. She comes in and, she's saying that he's just not normal. He ain't regular. He the devil. And she tells about how one night, honey, and under the blood moon or some girl, I don't know. Kathy Bates, and them, lesbian grandmother Kathy Bates, for clarification purposes. And them come on down to the house, and they see Michael, and they just like, this him. This little devil right here, Devil Jr., DJ. And they take him on, honey, and Kathy Bates picks up a stranded young lady. And I'm like, I don't know what year this was, but it was the 2000s. And we know, but I don't know if white people know, black people especially know, that if somebody you don't know offers to pick you up for a ride, if you not crazy, don't take that ride. Don't do that. You got to be crazy. Because if you crazy, then you can go ahead and, maybe not get murdered. Maybe you'll do the murdering, But if you're not crazy, don't take a ride from somebody you don't know. But she got on in the car, and I'm like, you don't see this crucifix, this upside down crucifix. See, the thing is, I'm observing. If I'm looking at a car pulling up on me, I'm not even thinking about getting in the car. But if I'm looking at a car that's driving near me, I'm looking at the rear view, I'm looking at the front, the little what's dangling from the front, seeing if they got a front license plate, all sorts of things. You ain't see this. I know it was raining, but this woman had an upside down crucifix hanging from. So she get in the car and she finally notices the crucifix, and by the time she notices the crucifix, honey, lesbian grandmother Kathy Bates is driving off, and I'm like, I would have tried everything I could to disarm her. I would have tried. Because she already told the girl she was going to kill her. So, okay, at least I'm going to die having tried to disarm you. But she, lesbian grandmother Kathy Bates ain't had no scratches, no bruises. That girl didn't look like she put up a fight at all. We get over to the function, honey, the devil function. And she, laid out on the table, tied up, whatever. They cut her in the stomach and reach in and pull out her heart. And I was like, it came out so clean. Looked like a heart when you just pull it out would have tendons and the veins connected to it. Like, I ain't never studied hearts. But looked like if I just reach in and rip out a heart. Because, on TV, they always ripping out hearts and stuff. It ain't never no veins connected to it, no tendons. Like, girl, the heart's just not freestanding in the chest. It's connected to stuff. But whatever, girl. They pull it out and give it to Michael. He takes a bite like it's an apple. And I'm just like, no thanks. No thanks. I was riding with you. I was truly I was not riding with you. Let me rephrase. I was watching y'all from way on the other side of the city bus. We was in the same car together, but that's just because we had the same place to go. But I wasn't riding with you. I was watching. Up until they cut that woman open, reached in there and pulled out her heart. And then I was like, that's a lot. And then they gave it to Michael, and he just took a bite. Like, he didn't put it in a treasure chest for safekeeping. He didn't try to calcify it and make it where it'll last forever or something. Like, oh, this is a lovely momentum of, the time we murdered that girl. Let's just keep it to remember. No, he took a bite. He took a bite. And that's when I pushed there's a little tape up at the top of, I don't know. I ain't got on the city bus in, Lord, 15 years. But there used to be a little piece of, look like black electrical tape at the top of the bus that you could press when you was coming close to your stop. I pressed it, and I said, well, God bless, or, for y'all, I guess, devil bless, whoever bless. I'm gone. And at the same time, I had my blessed oil. Come on, see here. You got to have your blessed oil with you. I had my blessed oil, and I was anointing myself. Because, girl, who has the time? Who has the time for that kind of foolishness? Anyway, Connie had tried to kill him, but then he ignited some kind of fire, Lord, and Tate saved her. And I was like, oh, look at you saving your baby mama. That's so nice. Let's see. Violet is down there crying, and Madison tells her that, you just go and get back with Tate. It's fine. And so that everything is rectified with that. And I was just like, that was too easy. Madison blew some truth in her face, and I'm like, she a ghost. Does she breathe? You can't blow something in my face and it react unless I inhale it. Like, you cannot walk up on somebody and go with cocaine, PCP, or whatever, LSD, however you want them to react, because folks used to do that, or probably still do. Walk up on folks and just blow angel dust or whatever in their face so they trip. You can't do it unless they inhale. It doesn't affect them unless they inhale. Violet is dead. What did she have to inhale for? But whatever. Anyway, and that's where that episode ended. I'm gonna do the next episode in a little while. I got to go in here to Joanne's. Anywho, it's strange seeing Madison or Emma Roberts and Evan Peters, who plays Tate, to get on the same show together, because they broke up and she beat his ass. So this is basically, she whooped that boy. Ooh, girl, she's scared. She looked like Kathy Bates. I got nervous. I need to see what church Kathy Bates go to, because she played too many evil folk. She started out in Misery and she wasn't that great. Titanic, she wasn't that great either. Family That Prays, she looked like she didn't have the Lord either. I need to find out what church she attended. See who her pastor is, because listen. I'm worried. Anyway, let me run in here and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.